Half of a Yellow Sun. Welcome to this detailed summary of Half of a Yellow Sun, the critically acclaimed novel by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. This powerful book takes us back to Nigeria in the 1960s, at a time of political turmoil, love, war, and survival. It follows the lives of three very different characters, Agu, Olana, and Richard, as they navigate the devastating effects of the Nigerian Civil War, also known as the Biafran War. If you love literature, history, and deep storytelling, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Also, check out more of our content on classic literature and thought-provoking stories. Now, let's begin. The novel is set in Nigeria during the 1960s, a time of great change. The country has recently gained independence from British rule, but tensions are rising between different ethnic groups. The Igbo people, who dominate the eastern region of Nigeria, are demanding independence after suffering massacres and discrimination in the north. This will soon lead to the Nigerian Civil War, a brutal conflict that will change the nation forever. Our story follows three main characters, each from a different background. Agu, a village boy with big dreams, who becomes a houseboy for an intellectual university professor. Olana, a beautiful and privileged woman from a wealthy Igbo family, who lives a life of luxury to follow her heart. And Richard, a shy British writer who falls in love with Olana's twin sister and becomes deeply involved in Biafra's struggle. Through their eyes, we witness the joys of love, the horrors of war, and the resilience of the human spirit. Agu is just a boy when he arrives at the university town of Nsaka. He has never seen a city before. Everything is new: electricity, books, cars. He is taken in as a houseboy by Odenigbo, a radical professor who believes that Nigeria must be free from corruption and colonial influence. Agu is fascinated by Odenigbo's ideas, and over time he learns to read, write, and dream of a better future. Then comes Olana, a woman of grace and intelligence. She has been raised in privilege, the daughter of a wealthy Igbo businessman, but she does something unexpected: she leaves her luxurious life in Lagos to be with Odenigbo. She believes in love, in knowledge, and in building a new Nigeria. But her relationship with Odenigbo is soon tested by betrayal, politics, and war. And then there is Richard, a reserved British writer who comes to Nigeria in search of inspiration. Instead, he falls in love with the Igbo people, their art, their culture, and most of all, Kainin, Olana's twin sister. But Kainin is nothing like Olana. She is tough, sharp, and independent, always standing apart. Their love is passionate but complicated, and when war breaks out, everything they know is at risk. For a while, life in Nsaka seems full of promise. The intellectuals discuss politics, Odenigbo hosts gatherings where ideas flow freely, and Agu listens, learning about the world. But outside, tensions are rising. Ethnic violence erupts. Igbo people in the north are attacked, their homes burned, their families slaughtered. Olana sees it firsthand. She narrowly escapes a massacre, watching in horror as innocent people are killed. She carries the trauma with her, and soon, there is no choice left. The Igbo people declare independence, forming the Republic of Biafra. War begins. At first, there is hope. Biafra is full of passionate young men ready to fight for their freedom. The flag is raised, the rising sun, the half of a yellow sun that symbolizes a new beginning. But war is never simple. Food becomes scarce. Bombs fall from the sky. The people who once had dreams are now just trying to survive. Agu, still just a boy, is forced into the Biafran army. He sees the horrors of war, the blood, the hunger, the cruelty of men who have lost everything. He is no longer a houseboy, no longer a student. He is a soldier. Olana and Odenigbo, once full of ideas and romance, now live in a refugee camp. They watch as people starve, as children die from malnutrition. The world has turned its back on Biafra. The people suffer alone. And Richard, he wants to help. He wants to tell the world what is happening. But what can a foreigner do in a war that is not his own? As the war rages on, hope fades. The Biafrans fight bravely, but they are outnumbered and outgunned. The dream of an independent nation begins to crumble. And in the final, heartbreaking days of the war, Kainin disappears. She goes out in search of food and never returns. They search for her, they wait for her, but she is never found. And then, it ends. Biafra surrenders. The dream is over. Nigeria is whole again, but it is broken. The war has changed everything. Agu, once a boy full of dreams, has seen things he can never forget. Olana and Odenigbo, once idealistic lovers, now carry the weight of loss. Richard, once an outsider, is forever connected to a land that is not his own. In the end, it is Agu who tells the story. He writes a book about the war not from the perspective of the powerful, but from the eyes of those who suffered. The survivors. The forgotten. The ones who lived through half of a yellow sun. This novel is more than just a historical account. It is a story about love, resilience, and the cost of war. It reminds us that history is not just about battles and borders, it is about people. Their dreams, their losses, their will to survive. If you enjoyed this summary, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, and check out more of our amazing content. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.